stories in the just like putting the stories, the history stories in the comic books.
Hmm.
That's just like putting the history stories in the comic books. Oh,
Hmm.
comic man, you what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You bugging you?
It's Superman logo, the heart chakra, the joint, the emblem
Mm-hmm.
right there on the heart chakra, bro.
Yeah, it's all symbolism because symbolism that's how the mind works is through symbols. So how are they gonna control the mind? The easiest way possible through symbols.
Symbols. Yeah, and that's crazy because you say that because throughout the U.S. you go to a lot of the historical places that they have built, you'll see a lot of those symbols.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that goes to show another thing when you hear people with the phrase of a picture is worth 1,000 words. So you can look at an old photograph of people that was enlightened, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
or what they call illuminated, and they had different elements of knowledge, and you'll see, you know what I'm saying, so many symbolic gestures. You'll
Right.
see one hand up, one hand down. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You'll see one of the hands covered. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay attention to pictures like that when you
Yeah.
looking at these, you know what I'm saying, old pictures. A lot of those people were in groups established, and they was quote unquote secret societies because that's all the Illuminati is. It's like the word has become so cliche now, you know what I'm saying? It's basically a joke when you use it, but
Right.
that's how they want it to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how they want it to be because it doesn't supposed to be something that everybody knows about. It's just a
Exactly.
secret club. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You know, um, you could be and I don't want nobody to take offense to it, but you could be somebody in a sorority, and that's no different than what they call as a person in the Illuminati. Now, whether you guys are on a top notch level, you know what I'm saying, in that
Mm-hmm.
fraternity I meant or sorority, whether
Right.
y'all on this level of where y'all control government and y'all control resources,
Yeah.
that's the levels, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Or if you're just on,
Like,
or if, excuse me, brother, if you're just on that base level where you are so proud to be in that organization, where that organization says, "Hey, one of our sorors is running for president. We need everyone to vote for her." So you blindly follow orders. You're that you could be that person.
because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got people that'll go down and run down on you and be ready to fight just
Right.
because you say something different
Right.
because that's how they've been, you know what I'm saying, programmed.
Indoctrinated. Yeah,
That's how
program.
they've been indoctrinated
Yeah.
to actually take up arms and go to war
Yeah.
for somebody you never met, somebody is probably never going to do anything for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be ready to risk it all,
Yeah.
either ready to get your ass kicked or you know what I'm saying, or worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might hurt the person and get a charge. All over, you've been programmed to believe that you belong to this group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we seeing right now, man. So
What
yeah,
are
I
your uh, what are your thoughts on like fraternities and sororities? Like me growing up, I could never understand like what the law was like for having someone like disrespect you
the
for
hazing process.
yeah,
That's
just
just
to
just
be
the beginning, the hazing
yeah, just
process.
nah, but I can't get just so you can say you're a part of something. Like I never felt the need to like I was always like, nah, I'm standing on my own. I don't y'all corny. Y'all all that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like human nature
Mm,
to want to belong and want to be a
yeah.
part of something. So a lot of that stuff gets a lot of people having that want and desire. You have people that exploit people on the higher level
Right,
people
right,
exploit
right.
those who want to belong. So if you realize every, you know, fraternity, sorority, tribe, all have a different hazing process. all the hazing processes are not the same. Some people might not even go through a process where they're getting disrespected. It could just be something, a little minor in comparison. But all of them have a process, and even joining the military, you going into boot camp, you getting yelled at, you getting up at a certain time. Basically, the symbolism in that is them breaking you down. It is what it's supposed to be, breaking you down and rebuilding you back up into uh that new individual. It's almost like taking Christianity and saying the rebirth. So it's basically like when you join this group, it's like a rebirth of yourself. So now that you've been born again, you are now this new individual. And that's my take on it. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I like the way you broke that down. I never looked at it like that. But that, the parallels between, like the rebirth, like you said, that all makes sense. I guess some people need that. If they can't find that, I was always used to saying you got to find that within yourself, to like, okay, so, like, all right, man, well, I'm out of shape. Let me rebirth myself into an in shape me. All right, man, you know, this job ain't cutting it. All right, let me rebirth myself into a better paying job. Let me do what there was never a, a question
Desire.
of needing someone else to jump, to as a I don't know, I just I don't I'm just different, I guess. Like New York, we don't like you're on your own in New York. So I think that's like kind of a mentality that I've always, grown up with.
Yeah. And I mean, it's always like that. Everybody is going to have a different life experience. The thing with me, like, say for instance, me and you,
Hmm.
we have like minds.
Right.
Um, we also have the brother Mike, who's usually with us. You know what I'm saying? So we felt the need to come together and have these what we call bills. You know what I'm saying? And say, for instance, we start to develop into something bigger than we forecasted, and then we might have other brothers that have like minds, and then, or I would say brothers and sisters too. We have other brothers and sisters that have like minds, and they want to all like be a part of this group that has this information, that want to share the information, that just want to pass the knowledge back and forth for one
Right.
another. Then we have to, what I'm saying, create some kind of creed, some kind of code of conduct, some kind of establishment. So that's the same thing as what you see with fraternities and sororities. However, they take it to the next level in the economic structure. So if you go in and what I'm saying, you trying to get this job, and it's 20 other uh applicants,
Yeah.
and let's just say, what I'm saying, you a Kappa, and the guy that's hiring is a Kappa as well. You know what I'm saying? Your chances just shot up like 90% because y'all come from the same brotherhood. So those type of things, what I'll say to this is, I don't I think I look at everything now with polarities, where everything
Hmm.
has a good and a bad. Whereas, all right, some people might see it as all bad, but it's not, because everything has good and bad. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the law of polarity. You know what I'm saying? And I guess we'll get into that one day when we get on the, what I'm saying, hermetic principles. But the thing is, that just, like I said, you in that interview, and that just shot you up the radar, maybe about 90%. You probably possibly even get hired. So you had a group of men back in the day, and I ain't gonna leave out the sisters, because groups of sisters, it might have actually came, because a lot of stuff we finding out today, new information, new knowledge, came from the sisters. But but for now, just having the conversation, me and you, a group of men decided that, we're gonna form this brotherhood, and this is going to be the way. We're going to share the information amongst ourselves. We're going to keep these secrets of light. We're going to keep some of these principles, these guidelines, and everybody that comes in have to go through this process in order to be with us. And then eventually, you saying 50, 60, 100 years down the line, you built this whole establishment where you have like a secret society of men or women that actually have that share this camaraderie and this bond. So, I just look at it as all like is the law of polarity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's bad in both or either one. You know what I'm saying? You can find
Yeah.
find a
Yeah, of
bad.
course, of course. Yeah, I just wanted, I like to see people's different takes on things. You know, just to see where like finding someone else's viewpoint allows you to understand the world better, you know, because like you said, we're all mirrors of each other.
Yeah,
So that's
and
a
that's
piece.
the journey.
That's the journey.